Hello everyone, welcome to this lecture series. Today we are going to talk about linear transformation and we will also discuss on-to and one-to-one transforms. So first, what is a transformation, which is also known by the name of function or mapping. So a transformation T from Rn to Rm is a rule that assigns to each vector x in Rn a vector T of x in Rm. Okay, so here Rn is the space such that if you have any vector x in Rn, then that vector x will have n elements. Okay, and if Rm is a space and there is any vector y in Rm, then y will have m elements. Okay, so basically we are now trying to link different spaces, like we can link R3 space to R6 space or R4 space to R2 space and so on. Okay, so it's a transformation which uh, links two spaces, and for every vector x in the Rn space, the transform vector Tx will be in the Rm space. So it's like a function that you take any input variable, okay, and the transformation takes it to the output. Okay, so the rule or the notation for this transformation is that T maps Rn into Rm. Okay, so clearly the vector x which comes from Rn will be the input vector, and then the transformation takes it to the Tx will be in the output or in the Rm space. Okay, so every vector that comes from Rn, okay, is transformed by the transformation T of x, and it goes to Rm space. So the space input space or the Rn space is called the domain of transformation, and this space Rm is called the codomain of the transformation. Okay, the set Rn is called the domain of transformation T, and the set Rm is called the codomain of T. Okay, and so for every x, T of x goes is in Rm, and T of x is called the image, okay, of the transformation. So for every x in Rn, the vector Tx which is in Rm is called the image of x under the action of the transformation T. Okay, and so if we take every vector x from the input, then T of x will be vectors in Rm, and this set of all vectors Tx will be called the range of T. Okay, so the set of all such images which images of the x vectors coming from Rn, the set of all images is called the range of T. Okay, so definitely for every vector that is coming from here, the transformation takes that vector to the Rm space, but it is always possible that Rm space may have some vectors which are not coming from Rn space. Okay, so for each x in Rn, uh, the transformation or the image Tx is computed as A times x, where A is a matrix of the form m cross n. Okay, so m rows and n columns. So whenever you are given a transformation T from Rn to Rm, the transformation matrix A will be of the order m cross n. Okay, so the order of the codomain cross the order of the domain. Okay, so you can easily see why it is so, because x vectors are coming from Rn. Okay, so this x vector has n elements. So to have this multiplication of matrix with vector, A has to be m cross n, so that the n columns of this A matrix are multiplied with the n rows of x to generate a column vector of exactly m elements, so that the transformed vector then belongs to Rm space. Okay, so the transformation Tx can be computed as A times x, where A is a m cross n matrix, and so if you are given a matrix A which is m cross n, then it is obviously that we are talking about transformation from the Rn space to Rm space. Okay, Uh, say I take one example here first, that let there is a matrix A which is 3 cross 2, okay, 3 rows and 2 columns, so it's a 3 cross 2 matrix. And if it is a 3 cross 2 matrix, then clearly and it is a matrix of transformation from R2 to R3, okay, 3 cross 2 matrix. So rows from the codomain and number of columns from the domain, okay, so that we can define for every x here Ax goes to R3. So given the matrix A and given some vectors u vector, b vector and c vector, clearly u vector has two elements, so u vector is a vector of R2, and b and c vector has three elements, so b and c vectors are vectors of R3, okay. So if we define a transformation T from R2 to R3 by Tx is equal to Ax, so first question is find T of u, okay, the image of u under the transformation T. So clearly T of x is Ax, so T of u will be A times u, so we can simply calculate A times u, and that will be the image of u under the transformation. The second question is find a vector x in R2 in the domain whose image under T is B. Okay, so we have to find a vector x in R2 such that the transformation T of x is this given vector B. Okay, and the third question is that is there more than one x whose image under T is B. Okay, so whether this vector that we found in second case is unique or they are more than one. Okay, so that is the question in third part. And there is a fourth question that determine if this C vector is in the range of transformation T. So C vector will be in a range of T if C is coming as an output for some vector uh, in the R2 space. So that means if C has a pre-image, this question, this fourth part is very similar, that whether there exists a x vector in R2 such that T of x is C or not. Okay, so the first part, find T of u, and T of u is AU, so we simply need to calculate A times u. A is a matrix, u is a column vector, so we can multiply these two, first row column, first row, second row column, third row column, and we can calculate this vector. Okay, so clearly you see that there are three elements and this vector belongs to R3 space. Now second part is that find a vector x in R2 whose image under T is B. Okay, so that means uh, if you are given this B vector, so if it has a pre-image x, so that means Tx is equal to B, we need to solve to find the x vector. Okay, so let x vector is x1 x2 elements such that x vector belongs to R2. Okay, so two elements such that Tx is equal to B or Ax is equal to B. Okay, so B is given, A matrix is known, we need to calculate the vector x, and we know how to solve the non-homogeneous system of equations by writing the augmented matrix and reduce it to find a solution. Okay, so if we write the augmented matrix of this, which is writing A and B inside a single matrix, so A was a matrix of 3 cross 2 and B was this column, so we just need to apply row operations on this and reduce it to first to equivalent form to see if it is consistent or not. If it is consistent, then B will have a pre-image, and if it is not consistent, then B will not have a pre-image. Okay, so first apply operations. Okay, this is the leading element, so make the element at 2 1 position and at 3 1 position 0. So row 2 minus 3 times row 1 and row 3 plus row 1. Okay, impact on second and third row. Okay, so row 2 minus 3 row 1 impact on row 2, this will make this element 0 and these two will change, and row 3 plus row 1 impact on row 3. Okay, so minus 1 plus 1 0 and 7 minus 3 4 and minus 5 plus 3 is minus 2. Now in the second row, then the leading element becomes this. Okay, so we have to make this element as 0 at the 3 2 position, so you have to again apply the transformation or row operation between row 3 and row 2. Okay, so apply row 3 minus 4 by 14 row 2 impact on row 3, so you see that this element becomes 0, and at the same time this element also becomes 0. So clearly this is a echelon form now, and you can see that last row is 0, there are two pivot positions, and the system is consistent. Okay, so if system is consistent, we can solve it and we can find x1 and x2, Remember that the first column is linked with the first element x1, okay. The second column is linked with x2, and this third column is the right hand side b, okay. So we can solve and calculate the x2 variable, and then we can calculate the x1 variable, okay. So, or you can reduce it to reduced equivalent form, okay. So make this element 1 and then make this element at 1 to position 0 to reduce it to reduced equivalent form, okay. So first divide with 14, so this element becomes 1, and then apply row 1 plus 3 times row 2 to make this element 0, okay. So row 1 plus 3 row 2 impact on row 1 makes this 0. So immediately you have a solution that x1 is 3 by 2 and x2 is minus 1 by 2, okay. So the vector solution x, which is x1 x2, x1 is 3 by 2 and x2 is minus 1 by 2, okay. So clearly the B vector has a pre-image of 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2 vector, which is in R2. Now third part was whether there are more than one vectors which satisfy Ax is equal to B. So the answer is that clearly from in the second part that there is only one vector, okay. So Ax is equal to B has a unique solution, x is equal to 3 by 2 minus 1 by 2, okay. And in the fourth part we have to see whether C has a pre-image, so we have to solve Ax is equal to C, a similar process, okay. So again let x is a vector in R2 and we have to see whether this Ax is equal to C is consistent or not. If it is consistent, then x, there will be x such that the image of x under transformation is C, okay. So again write the augmented matrix of A and C. A is 3 by 2 matrix and C is the right hand side. Again apply the row operations, okay. So again the leading element we have to make these two zeros, so same row operations will make it, okay. Again in the second row, this is the leading element, make this element at 3 to position 0, so apply again the row transformation. But in this case you see that the B column or the last column of the uh, matrix becomes a pivot column because this becomes the leading element of third row, okay. And so clearly the system is inconsistent, and because the system is inconsistent, that means C has no pre-image, or there is no vector x in R2 such that the transform vector is C, okay. So the vector C is not in the range of transformation T. So now we take the definition of linear transformation, okay. So if you are given a transformation T, then that transformation T is said to be linear if the two properties are satisfied. One is that T of u plus v is Tu plus Tv for all uv in the domain of the transformation, and this simply says that you add two vectors and take transformation, or you take the transformation first and then add the transformed vectors, it gives the same result, okay. And the second property is that the transformation of C times U is C times transformation U, where C is any scalar and U is the vector in the domain of T, okay. So again this property says that you scale any vector and then take the transformation, or you first take the transformation and then scale the vector with the same scalar, you get the same result, okay. If these two properties are satisfied, then we say that the transformation T is a linear transformation, okay. And this definition and these two property leads to two important facts, and that if T is a linear transformation, then origin is always transformed to origin, okay. So T of 0 is 0. This result you can easily prove from here. Second property, that C is any scalar, so if C is 0, then the left hand side becomes T of 0 times U, that means T of 0, and right hand side is 0 times T of U, which is 0, okay. So T of 0 is 0, okay, or the origin is transformed to origin, okay. And the second property is that T of Cu plus dV is C times Tu plus D times Tv, okay. So you remember if U and V are two vectors, then Cu plus dV is linear combination of vectors, okay. So transformation of linear combination of vectors is same as the linear combination of transformed vectors, okay. So you take the linear combination and then transform it, or you first transform the vector and then take their linear combination, it is the same result. Okay, so you can again prove this. Okay, you can start with this left hand side and then apply this property that transform of sum is sum of transforms. So this left hand side will become transform of Cu plus transform of dV, and then you can apply the second, that transform of Cu is Ctu and transform of dV will be d of dV. Okay, so you will get the right hand side. And this second result can also be generalized for more vectors. So the above may be generalized to p vectors or any number of vectors. So it says that the transform of linear combination of p vectors is same as the linear combination of the transformed vectors. Okay, so this is the generalization of this result. Now I take one theorem to which tells us that how we can compute the matrix A of transformation. Okay, so this theorem says that let T be a linear transformation from Rn space to Rm space, then there exists a unique matrix A such that T of x is equal to Ax for every x in the domain Rn, and in fact this matrix A is a m cross n matrix, as we said earlier that it is an m cross n matrix whenever transformation is Rn to Rm, whose jth column is a vector Tej, where Ej is the jth column of the identity matrix in Rn. Okay, so if you are given a transformation Rn to Rm, so from the domain you can write the identity matrix In, whose columns we name them as E1, E2, so on En. So E1 is like 1 0 0 0, E2 is 0 1 0 0, so on 0, and so on. En is of the form 0 0 0, so on 1. Okay, and if we take the transformation of on these columns, so transformation of E1, transformation of E2, transformation of En, then they make the matrix A. Okay, so it says that the in the matrix A it is a m cross n matrix whose jth column is actually Tej. Okay, so first column is Te1, second column is Te2, and so on. The last column is Ten. Okay, so it's a m cross n matrix. So this is the first column, second column, and nth column shown here. Okay, and so proof of this is very simple, that if you are given any vector x in Rn space, then we can write that vector in term of the uh, E1, E2, En, as shown here, that any vector x can be written as identity times x. Okay, and because identity we are writing as this row matrix E1, E2, so on En, and x vector is a vector in Rn, so it will have n elements in the column, so let it will be x1, x2, so on xn. So now this we can multiply to write it as E1 x1 plus E2 x2 plus so on En xn. Okay, so x1 E1 plus x2 E2 plus so on xn En. Okay, so any vector x can be written as a linear combination of E1 E2 so on En. Okay, now if we take the transformation on the vector x, which is vector in the domain, then we can calculate T of x, and it will be same as transformation of the right hand side. So T of x is transformation on the linear combination, and because T is a linear transformation, then the transformation of linear combination is same as sum or linear combination of individual transforms. So we can write it as x1 te1 plus x2 te2 plus so on xn ten. Okay, and this we can again write as a row matrix into a column matrix. Okay, so this can be rewritten as a row vector te1 te2 so on ten times column vector x1 x2 so on xn. You can check that if we multiply these two, we'll get Te1 x1, which is the first term, plus Te2 x2 second term, plus so on Ten xn last term. Clearly this is column vector is x vector, and now we can name this matrix as A, so it becomes Tx is equal to Ax. Okay, so Tx equals Ax, where A is this matrix. Okay, so this was the proof. Okay, that if T is a linear transformation from Rn space to Rm space, then the matrix A is a M cross N matrix, and whose columns are TE1, TE2, TEn, where E1, E2, En are the columns of the corresponding identity matrix. Okay, we take one example here to explain this, that find the matrix A for transformation Tx is equal to 3 times x for x vectors in R2. Okay, so x is a vector in R2, that means x is of the form x1, x2, and identity matrix of R2 is 1 0 0 1, so we will get only two column E1 and E2. Okay, so A will be a matrix of TE1 and TE2, because E1, E2 only two vectors in the identity matrix in R2. Okay, so now we just need to calculate what is TE1 and TE2, where E1 is the first column of identity, that means 1 0, and E2 is the second column 0 1. Okay, so we can calculate TE1 TE2, because the transformation Tx is given 3x, so T of E1 will be 3 of E1 and T of E2 will be 3 of E2. Okay, so we can easily calculate TE1, which is 3E1, and E1 is known 1 0 column vector, so it is 3 0, and similarly TE2 is 0 3. So immediately we have that the transform matrix A is 3 0 0 3. Okay, so this way we can calculate the matrix of transformation. Okay, now we talk about two transformations here. One is the onto transformation and other is the one-to-one transformation. By onto transformation we mean that a transformation T from Rn to Rm is said to be onto Rm if each B vector in Rm is the image of at least one X in Rn. That means any transformation is said to be onto if every vector in the codomain has a pre-image. Okay, so every vector B in Rm has a pre-image, means it has at least one vector in Rn. Okay, so clearly if B in Rm is the image of at least one X in Rn, so that means if I take any vector B in Rm, then there is a X such that T of X is equal to B is always consistent. Okay, so we can say that that is Tx is equal to B, or Ax is equal to B has at least one solution for every B in the Rm space. Okay, or in other words, the system Ax equal to B is always consistent. Okay, so we know how to check consistency. Okay, so if Ax is equal to B for every B in Rm is consistent, then we will say that the transformation is a onto transformation. The second transformation is one-to-one transformation, which says that a transformation T from Rn to Rm is said to be one-to-one if each B in Rm is the image of at most one X vector in Rn. Okay, so at most one X vector. That means for every B vector, if there is a pre-image, it has to be unique. Okay, so that means two vectors in Rn, X and Y, cannot transform into the same vector in Rm. Okay, so every vector in Rm, if there is a pre-image, it has to be unique, or either there can be some vectors which do not have a pre-image, because it is at most one X in Rn. Okay, so that means the system Ax is equal to B, if it is consistent, it has a unique solution, or it may not be consistent. Okay, so that is Tx is equal to B or Ax is equal to B has a unique solution if it is consistent, or no solution. Okay, or inconsistent for every B in Rm, either this holds or this holds. Okay, now when we solve a system of uh, non-homogeneous system of equations, Ax is equal to B, and then it will have no solution if the last column becomes the pivot column, or it will have a unique solution if the system is consistent and there is no free variable. Okay, so clearly that the transformation will be 1 to 1 if there is no free variable when system is consistent, or the system is inconsistent, means the last column becomes the pivot column. Okay. And for onto transformation, system is always consistent, means the last column should not be the pivot column. Okay. Now we take, say, one example here. Let T be a linear transformation whose standard matrix A is given this. Does T maps R4 onto R3? That's one question. And is T is a one-to-one mapping? So first clearly see that there are 3 rows and 4 columns, and so the number of columns will tell us the domain and the number of rows will tell us the codomain. Okay, so there are 4 columns and 3 rows, so T is a mapping from R4 to R3. Now question is whether it is onto or not, okay, and whether it is one-to-one or not. Okay, so the matrix is already taken to be in equivalent form. You can see that the leading elements are moving, okay, but it is not reduced equivalent form, simply an equivalent form is given. Okay, so if we solve the system Ax is equal to b for every b vector in R3, then whatever b vector we take, it is already equivalent form, and you can clearly see that the system will always be consistent, because there will be no row of the form 0 0 0 0 equal to non-zero number. Okay, because all the pivot positions are there in the all the rows in the A side. Okay, so system is always consistent, and in fact the system is always consistent with infinite solution, because there is a free variable also. Okay, so clearly the mapping is a onto mapping. And whether T is one-to-one mapping, so clearly no, T is not one-to-one mapping, because system is always consistent with infinite solution. And for one-to-one mapping, if system is consistent, it should have a unique solution. But there is a free variable, and so it has infinite solution, so T is not one-to-one. Okay, so let B be any vector in R3 such that Ax is equal to B is to be checked. And since A is in equivalent form, so system Ax is equal to B is always consistent. Okay, you can clearly see 3 pivot positions and 1 free variable, and so mapping is onto. Okay, and the mapping is not one to one. Okay, because there is a free variable. Okay, this is a third column is a free variable column. Okay, or non-pivot column. So clearly the mapping T is not one to one mapping in this case. Now I take 2 more theorems here. Okay, let T be a transformation from Rn to Rm, which is a linear transformation. Then T is one to one if and only if equation Tx is equal to 0 has only trivial solution. Okay, so T is one to one if and only if the homogeneous system Tx is equal to 0 has only trivial solution. Now this is clearly true, because when we say T is one to one, it means that either there is no solution or there is a unique solution. And because homogeneous system is always consistent, and the unique solution is only the trivial solution. Okay, so T is one to one only if and only if the trivial solution is the only solution, because it becomes a unique solution. Okay, so we are going to prove it in this way, that if T is one to one, it will have only trivial solution. If T is not one to one, then it will have non-trivial solution. Okay, so since T is linear, the property says that T of 0 is always 0. The linear transformation maps origin to origin. Okay, and let first we take that T is one to one. Okay, so if T is one to one, then by definition the equation Tx is equal to 0 has at most one solution. That's what definition says. Okay, but if it has at most one solution, then one solution is already known. T of 0 is 0. Okay, so if you compare these two, clearly x is equal to 0 is the only solution. Okay, and so that is the trivial solution. So this is one side. Now we'll prove that if T is not one to one. Okay, if T is not one to one, that means there is a B vector in Rm such that it has 2 pre-images. Okay, that is the image of at least 2 different vectors in the domain. Say u and v be the two vectors such that the transformation of u is b and transformation of v is also b. Okay, then it is not one to one. With u not equal to v, that is tu is b and tv is b. Okay, so u is not equal to b, that means there are two different vectors which are mapped to same vector in the codomain. Okay, so transformation is not one to one. Now if we calculate t of u minus v, and then because t is linear transformation, then transformation of sum is sum of transforms, and because t of u is b and t of v is also b, so this is equal to 0. So that means t of u minus v equals 0. So u minus v satisfies the homogeneous system, and u minus v is a non-zero vector. U is not equal to v, so u minus v is a non-zero vector. So a non-zero vector satisfies the homogeneous system, and homogeneous system is always consistent with the trivial solution also. That means there are more solutions, infinite number of solutions here. Okay, so clearly because u minus v is non-zero vector and it satisfies the homogeneous system Tx is equal to 0, it means it has more than one solution, in fact infinite number of solutions. Okay, so this is one theorem. Okay, so remember, whenever T is one to one transformation, homogeneous system should have only trivial solution. Okay, it also easily says or tells us that the homogeneous system should not have a free variable, which is same as our previous result. Okay, so the second theorem. Okay, let T be again a linear transformation from Rn space to Rm space, and let A be the matrix for the transformation T. Then the mapping T from Rn is onto Rm if and only if the columns of A span whole of the codomain. Okay, so mapping will be called onto mapping if the columns of A will span the codomain. Okay, if every vector of this can be written as a linear combination of columns of A, okay, only then they will span Rm. And second, if T is one to one, if and only if columns of A are linearly independent. Okay, so the columns of A are linearly independent means there is no vector or no column of A which can be written as a linear combination of other. That simply means that there are no free variables. Okay, so again these two statements are equivalent to the previous statements. Okay, so let us prove this. Okay, the columns of A spans Rm. Okay, the columns of A spans Rm means every vector of Rm can be written as a linear combination of columns of A. So if and only if for every B in Rm the system Ax is equal to B is consistent, that means B can be written as a linear combination of columns of A. Okay, and if for every B in Rm system is consistent, then definitely this is the definition that the system is onto. Okay, because if it is consistent, then it will have at least one solution. Okay, so clearly mapping is a onto mapping. Second, if T is one to one, if and only if the homogeneous system has a trivial solution. Okay, we already said this, and this happens if and only if columns of A are linearly independent. Okay, that means there are no free variables, and the proof of the second one. Okay, so remember that if there is a mapping is onto, then the columns of A should span the complete codomain, and if the mapping is one to one, then the columns of A should be linearly independent. Okay, so let us take one last example, that let there is a transformation T x1 x2 to 3x1 plus x2 comma 5x1 plus 7x2 plus, comma x1 plus 3x2. Okay, so this is x vector. Okay, so that means x vector are having two elements, so domain is R2, and T of x gives us three vectors comma separated. Okay, so that means codomain is R3. Okay, so show that T is one to one linear transformation. Does T maps R2 onto R3 or not? Okay, so let us first find what is the A matrix. Okay, so if I write T of x as Ax, okay, then I can easily see what is my A matrix from here. Okay, so here T is a mapping from R2 to R3. Clearly X vector as having 2 elements and Tx having 3 elements, so that's R3, such that Tx equal to Ax and X vector is of the form x1 x2. Okay, so T of x, we can write this as in form of Ax. So this is first row, second row and third row of the vector. So clearly Tx, which is 3x1 plus x2, second row is 5x1 plus 7x2, third row is x1 plus 3x2. So we can write it as A times x, okay, with the A as the coefficient matrix. Okay, so A matrix is a 3 cross 2 matrix. Okay, so clearly 3 cross 2 implies mapping is R2 to R3. Okay, so now the first question is whether T is one-to-one linear transformation or not. A is a matrix of this. Okay, so A is this 3 5 1 column and 1 7 3, and theorem says that any matrix is one-to-one if the columns are linearly independent. Clearly you can see that the columns are non-zero columns, and the second column is not a multiple of first, so obviously first is not a multiple of second because they are non-zero columns. So the columns are linearly independent and hence the transformation is definitely one-to-one. Okay, so first result is simple and easy. The columns of A are linearly independent, thus T is one-to-one transformation. The second question is whether T maps R2 onto R3. Now any mapping maps onto R3 if the columns of A span whole of the R3, but there are only two columns. Okay, and two columns which are not multiple of each other, they can maximum span a plane in R3 but not whole of R3. Okay, to span whole of R3 we need at least 3 vectors. Okay, but in A there are only 2 vectors, so the columns of A do not span R3, and so the mapping is not onto. Okay, since A has 2 columns, they do not span R3. Okay, because for spanning R3 we need at least 3 vectors, so thus T is not onto R3. Okay, so this was about the linear transformations. Okay, in the next lecture we will talk about vector space and subspace, and till then keep studying and have a very nice day.